Would you like to attach a face to that voice? When you subscribe to the Book Interrupted YouTube channel, you get to see everybody, as well as check out a bunch of extra Book Interrupted videos and music content. Visit the Book Interrupted YouTube channel to see what you've been missing.
Parental guidance is recommended because this episode has mature topics and strong language. Here are some moments you can look forward to during this episode of Book Interrupted.
If this was happening to men, it'd be a public health crisis.
Yes, 100%.
I need to know if you're willing to talk about your drugs.
Oh yeah, I am.
Publicly.
It's good.
Oh my god, what kind of... Oh yes, your drugs. Yes.
Ooh, drugs.
Ooh.
I wear adult diapers to bed. No, not always.
Does anyone still do kegel exercises?
Now that you said that, I did one.
Yeah.
Cysts are like, it feels like you have this like wave of like, I'm going to pass out. It's so bad. Like you can see stars.
And they're like, so elephant in the room, you don't have leukemia. I was like, I didn't know that's why I was here.
Fine, your body will like adjust, which I know it will, but also I'm like low-key concerned. How difficult will the adjustment be? Like, am I going to be all like raging until finally my body's like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, it was a bit harder. I don't really care about work days because I really do believe it's how you feel and blah, blah, blah. And everyone's got age. What are you going to do? But this one was like 50. It sounds like on the other side of life.
You ready, guys? Let's do this.
Express yourself, share the wealth, hold on to your bookmarks, we're off the shelf. Express yourself, it's good for your health. Book Interrupted is off the shelf.
Welcome to Book Interrupted, a book club for busy people to connect and one that celebrates life's interruptions.
Hold on to your bookmarks. This episode, Book Interrupted, is off the shelf.
Ever wonder what we talk about before or after the show? Did you want updates on some of our challenges? Maybe insight into some deleted scenes? Here's your chance. Let's look behind the scenes.
Oh yeah. So, you guys, I watched both of those kits you can get in the mail, like the Diva Cup one. I want the Diva Cup one.
Yeah, I like the Diva Cup. But I like the underwear on the other one, but I love the Diva Cup.
Oh, I really do want to try that underwear. I've been meaning to order it. I keep popping up on my Instagram feed.
But I just didn't like that it came in the pattern.
Yeah, I'm curious. Like, is it going to absorb your whole period, or is it just for leaks?
I don't know. I want to get it and try it. I'm going to get it and try it. I'll report back.
Okay, good. Report.
Some people can use it for their period on like later days, maybe not your first day, they say. But depending on your period, it depends on you. But then the thing is, if you're out during the day and then you need to change your underwear, you have to carry it around.
Yeah, just keep a baggie with you because I wreck underwear all the time. So I always just keep a baggie with me for when I fucking wreck my underwear. Honestly, it's like my job is to like ruin sheets and underwear. I wear adult diapers to bed. No, not always. On the first night of my period, I do.
I was like, is this a really serious conversation we should be having? Okay, let's get... We didn't know.
Okay, but that has nothing to do with this. Okay, here's another weird thing that happens to me around before I get my period. My ability to hold my urine goes down.
What?
And the hormone specialist said it's because my estrogen levels are dropping.
Get out.
Your, I guess, kegel ability it becomes softer.
Other things that can weaken your ability to hold it are things like caffeine. So you might decide to switch to like decaf during that time.
No. No, thanks.
I'm just saying.
No.
Not caffeine, lack of estrogen.
But that's one of the reasons that postmenopausal women have more urinary incontinence.
Really?
Oh, there you go.
Does anyone still do kegel exercises?
Now that you said that, I did one.
Yeah, me too.
Now that you said that, I'm like, oh.
I'm doing them right now.
Yeah, I can do it still. I don't often.
Yeah.
Still got it.
I know.
I'd say I'm still recovering from the birth of my second child. Like, I can't run or jump unless I've just gone to the bathroom or I'll pee myself.
Oh, me too. So I don't know why, but I found myself on a variety of trampolines. And before having a baby, that wasn't a problem. And after having a baby, that makes me pee my pants.
It absolutely does. Or it makes it feel like your uterus is falling out of you.
This is one of the reasons I want to get some of that period underwear, just to like wear it. If I'm going to be doing something.
Yeah. My thing is, I think it's going to end up being really not breathable underwear, like a sweaty hell that you wouldn't want to wear if you could avoid it. But I will order it.
I thought the idea was nice.
Meredith, let's both order it, but 2 different brands.
Yeah.
So we can do a good synopsis. Because I've been, for like 2 years, been thinking about ordering
I've been thinking about it for a long time too. Like where the lady was going through perimenopause, and then she had this like just crazy bleed out, and I was like, before I hit perimenopause, I need to get some of that underwear and just wear it every day in case there's like all of a sudden.
That happened to our mom. She had a 50-day bleed.
What? Yeah. Is that how it ends? A big hurrah?
Oh,
For some.
No, I don't think so.
Fuck.
She got mean.
We shouldn't find out about this when we're 40, right? That should be part of the.
Oh, I've ordered. There's a book. The lady who wrote the Vagina Bible is called the Menopause Manifesto. Really hard to find really a good, reliable information about menopause. So I bought one for myself because I need to know ahead of time. I want to know beforehand. I don't want to have to figure it out as I go along. And then I bought one for Sarah too.
Oh, good. I was like, please. Because I had one day, my period is super late, and then I had the weird blowout where I was like, thank goodness I was home. All of a sudden it felt like, I don't know, like a pop. And then all of a sudden I was like, what is happening? And I had to run to the bathroom as it's dripping, like just pouring down my legs. It's like, what the hell?
Have you had
That's
an
a thing.
ultrasound of late? Or do you save all that for when you're in Canada?
Yeah, I haven't had it since.
Yeah, I was just going to say it sounds like something maybe.
Oh. And now I'm getting my period every 23 days. So I was super late, and now it's like every 23 days.
Yeah, but was it really painful when you had that popping thing? Was it like an extreme, like, I'm going to die pain? Or no? It was just the blood? Because I've had cysts. Oh.
No, like there was cramping. Like I felt pain, but I wouldn't say like I'm going to die pain.
I think I've had a situation like that before. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had cysts. Cysts are like, yeah, it feels like you have this like wave of like, I'm going to pass out. It's so bad. Like you can see stars.
Oh, actually, I did feel like a little bit like, sweaty, like I'm going to pass out. I wouldn't say I was in pain, but I felt like.
So it could be.
Like, yeah. Like I've lost too much blood. I'm dizzy and I'm like, oh my God, what is happening?
But before, like when I've had what I would describe like that, I had a really like concentrated pain, like as if I felt the location of the cyst, right? And the same thing that you said, Shwai, it's like really hot, really like nauseous for a minute. And then and you can tell that it starts as a normal cramp, but it like kind of like fine tunes right onto a point. And then it's like run. Like if you're not in public, run.
I'd run to the bathroom. I can't even imagine if I was out in public. Like I would be
right. That's why these underwear would be nice to have.
It's true because I was at Peggy's when that happened to me. I was at the convenience store and I had to find a bathroom, which was not
very
a convenience store, totally. And the only inconvenient thing about the convenience store. And I ran to wherever I ran. Oh, it was the groceries. Anyways, I left my fucking bloody underpants in the garbage because I had to. And I had a really short dress on, and it was windy. And it was like,
oh no! Ooh, Daddy. This interruption is brought to you by Unpublished. Do you want to know more about the members in Book Interrupted? Go behind the scenes? Visit our website at www.bookinterrupted.com.
Book Interrupted.
This interruption is brought to you by Elizabeth Gilbert, radically disrupting everything in my mind, body, and soul, my life, my belief systems. I am shaken to the core. I would highly advise that anyone who doesn't want a radical disruption that causes you to reevaluate everything, to not follow Elizabeth Gilbert on social media. In particular, don't follow Lady Boss Method on Instagram. It's going to mess you up. If you are a woman or an individual who identifies as a woman, if you have a partner or are married and live with this partner or spouse, and it's for sure going to disrupt everything in your beingness, If you are a woman who has kids, if you find yourself in the role of female caregiver and you're not prepared to reevaluate everything, don't follow Lady Boss Method or Elizabeth Gilbert. She dropped in a few different posts some really interesting research. The first bit was about just how she has become more and more as she has moved towards her authentic self, just really embodying the idea of selfishness. I don't even like to use that word. You can tell that I still have some inner work in me to work on here. But no, it brings up a whole lot of, it's not just a word. There's meanings attached to it from my own self, from my own experiences, but also from the culture in which I live. Feels like the word selfish in the context of the feminine is on a status hierarchy and that it's at the bottom there. That feels uncomfortable. Also just, gender stereotypes and having been born and raised in the Western culture and playing around with this idea of selfishness. I don't like it. I want to crawl out of my own skin here. Her sharing what being selfish has done for her. And this would be a very long interruption if I got into all of that. But I invite you to consider what being selfish might look like for you. And then in another post here, she is sharing, some really hard data that has come about from the Western culture and research and surveys done here. I live in Canada, and just how well, in general, unmarried, unpartnered, and women who don't have children are doing. How much better their life and livelihood is, their health and well-being, the decreased rates of suicide. It was startling to take in. I guess just because I'm in a season of my life where I've been wondering a whole lot, probably since August, and we find ourselves now in February. I've been kind of calling upon God and the universe to show me how to serve. Isn't that such a great thing? Look at me serving, and I'm going to do a little self-care on the side, make sure I fill up my cup before I go and fill up others. And then I come across Elizabeth Gilbert, who's kind of sharing the realities of what it means to serve. And it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. It's so easy to get locked into those binaries of good and bad. But thank you, universe, for as I contemplate how I want to contribute to my family, to my community, to society, to my tribe, to have served me with some really good food for thought here on what does it mean to be of service to others? What are the consequences? Do you mean what you say? And when your actions start matching your words, Kara, what is that going to look like? So, radical disruptions and interruptions over here. I'm supposed to be getting a lot of stuff done today, and yet in the back of my mind and within my soul, this is all I am thinking about and grappling with. It all started a few months ago when I started thinking about what would it look like if I said no more? And what am I saying yes to? So good luck to you out there.
Book interrupted.
How's it going, KJ? Your hair's so long.
Oh, finally.
Oh, yeah.
I have to wear this hat, man. It's so bad. Like, I cut my hair myself on the top to make it work when it was short, but now trying to grow it out, it does not work. Like, I just have like this section of hair that won't do anything.
Like, won't grow.
It grows, but because I cut it all fucked up in the first place, the stage that it's at right now, like, goes straight down on my face. It's too long to be bangs. I don't want to cut.
It's like directionally goes this way.
Yes. It's
like you need to wear scarves, become a scarf.
Yeah,
scarf
that's cute. Have you ever had bangs, KJ?
Yeah, like this is one of the reasons why I have this problem, because I cut them like I made like a fringe.
Like in the 70s.
I'm trying to grow it out. There's all this hair right here that just doesn't know what to do with itself. And then I'm trying to make it go up again, like up and away.
Yeah.
But it wants to come down. So I'm really Bieber-y. You know what I mean? With like that.
Yeah. My hair totally, and Max's hair, it totally grows like this.
Yeah.
Like forward this way. I was like, well, that's not very useful.
No, it doesn't help unless like for one specific haircut. Like, okay, I guess I'll cut some really short
Bieber.
bangs.
Yeah, the Justin Bieber.
I thought you said beaver, Kim, the first time. Somebody said the first time was beaver. Beaver. And it's like, huh, classic beaver. I don't know what that
beaver
means.
haircut.
Beaver has changed meanings from when I was a kid.
It's different now. Like beaver, like vagina. Oh yeah, I didn't put that together at all.
Classic beaver. Hey,
classic beaver hair. That's not a good look on the head.
It's all like curly.
That's not great. It's not great. It's not great.
No.
Yeah, you don't want your head hair to look like pubes.
So like,
hi guys. So
Are you growing your hair long?
No, well, I am growing my hair long, yes. But it was kind of like, because I hadn't cut it, and I don't go to a hairdresser here. I hadn't cut it since I was in Canada last, other than my bangs. I do my own bangs. I saw a hack on how to cut your own hair by like putting it a half pony and putting that forward and then trimming here to have it layered, and then doing the same at the back, but then so the back is a little bit more straight. And I did it today. It looks like I just got my hair cut.
It does. It looks great.
I know. I was like, that's the best hair hack I've ever had.
Well, be careful though, because
big
sometimes those hair hacks result in a crazy new thing.
I did early enough this morning after all the kids had left, just in case it totally destroyed it. I had to like fix my hair, but it didn't. It was like amazing right away. And I was like, oh my God, I should have done this before. Look at me.
Oh, Ashley's coming. She said she'll be a couple mins.
No, that's okay. Yeah, she told me she's coming. And guess what? Virginia's going to come for the Never Have I Ever.
Great.
And I'm wearing a blazer.
I know, you're so fancy.
And I have this because I got the worst haircut of my life. So
oh my God, I'm the same. I don't have a bad haircut. I just maybe need a haircut or something. I had a hat on and then I was like, anyway.
I would not believe this haircut. It's like I have two haircuts.
I want to see it.
See this? So I asked her to layer my hair because I've been growing it out. I haven't cut it since like last year, right? I was like, I want to keep some length, but like maybe put some layers in so it looks good. Maybe like choppy layers, kind of messy, not like, formed. So she gave me 2 layers. One that's here and one that's here.
So you have a mushroom? You have the jellyfish.
It's a mushroom on top of like a hockey hair.
Show us. Show us.
Meredith.
So bad. Okay.
Please.
Yes. Okay. I can't believe you got an unintentional jellyfish.
So you can see that all the way around.
Cute.
It is this long.
Mm-hmm.
And then it is also this long straight across at the back.
I think it looks cute.
It isn't cute. It's this all the way along the top, and then it's flat. I look like Betty from the Flintstones when I just let it go.
Oh, I think it looks cute.
Like seriously, there's like this is a bad haircut. Well, and also I wanted something that looked good for going back to work, and it looks so bad. So I'm like, I guess it's a ponytail every day.
I think that looks fine.
It might be a thing that grows out in 2 weeks into maybe awesomeness.
It's already been 3.
Hey, 5 weeks.
Okay, go. You must go. We have to do a thing.
Oh, not Sarah. Sarah, you stay. Meredith,
you gotta go.
Tell me about your estradiol. I want to hear how's it going.
Oh, it's going good.
I think your hair looks cute. I don't know what you're talking about. I think it looks cute.
It's bad.
Sorry, talk about
only because I've had it up. It's just not. You know what she said to me? She's like, "Oh, so you dye your hair a lot, huh?" And I was like,
never.
I haven't dyed my hair in 17 years.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like standard talk. I'm glad that you had that experience because I wonder how much hairdressers are just saying the majority of the things that would be applicable and what they actually know.
And I booked like a senior stylist. Dan's like, maybe she's just a stylist that only does seniors. It doesn't matter. Nobody listens to them if they complain anyway. That's what it's like to be a senior, really. Why is
all right, sorry, Mayor. Tell Tim about your drugs.
I need to know if you're willing to talk about your drugs.
Oh yeah,
publicly.
It's good.
Oh my God, what kind of? Oh yes, your drugs. Yes.
Ooh, drugs.
Ooh. Yeah, that's the off-the-shelf topic. Drugs.
No, it's good. I did start feeling better kind of right away, and I still think there's definitely a difference between the follicular phase and the luteal phase. So I'm in the follicular phase. I feel like normal. I'm normal. I'm not super sweaty all the time. I'm sleeping well. The nightmares are gone. The depression is gone. I'm sleeping. Like I'm sleeping every night. I'm not waking up being like too hot, too cold, too hot, too cold. And then the house can be a normal temperature. So lucky for Dan. And my hands aren't tingling anymore, and the ear ringing gone. I started taking it, the ear ringing stopped, the tingling in the hands. But then when I'm in the luteal phase, when everything drops, it's still a little bit. I still get a little bit of that. So I'll know that I'm entering my luteal phase because I wake up and my hands are numb. I was like, oh, there it is.
Oh my
And
God,
stuff.
that sounds awful.
That's called perimenopause, Ashley. The list of symptoms is bad. And it's long. I heard
they don't make any
like,
sense. It's
I
like
listened to a
anything that's wrong
podcast,
with
they're
you.
like, if this was happening to men, it'd be a public health crisis.
100%.
The weird nightmares are gone, which is nice. The where there's a predator and I'm going to be attacked, those are gone. So it's good. And I haven't been getting super depressed right before my period, which is like the depression where you can't move. That's gone too. Anyway, so I think it needs a little bit of tweaking maybe, but
Yeah, but you're lucky because you never had any PMS symptoms ever. Like
True.
a lot of the things you
So I can't
described are
handle
things
it.
I deal with all the time. So.
But I can't handle it. I'm like, why am I all of a sudden moody? Like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
Like not handling my, children. But
Well, that's
yeah.
most of women. So you're lucky you didn't have to deal with that.
It's still bad though that women don't get taken seriously. They're like, whatever. Like, are you upset because of this? And you're like, yes, I am upset because of my hormones. That's what they do. They make me feel things. So
yeah.
Either like help or get out of the way.
Totally. Oh, and they never help.
And they never help.
Anyway, so yeah, they're going good, I think. I started with like a much lower dose because my doctor put me on like the highest one to start. I was like, I don't know. I tend to be sensitive to things, right? So I talked to my pharmacist and he called the doctor and I started a lower one. I did start feeling better right away, but then I was like, oh, this isn't enough. Again, when I got to the luteal phase, everything was back. So now I'm at the dose that my doctor originally put me on. Which is hilarious, but like I don't trust him, so
fair.
I'll put this
Oh
on.
my God, I don't trust doctors either. So I'm glad we're kind of all on the same page.
What happened to Sarah? Does anybody know?
I think her internet might have turned off.
Was being spotty.
Okay.
Oh no.
She hasn't even sent a message
yeah.
to say something, you know what I mean? So
Oh, there. I just saw her. She
great.
I have two Sarahs on the
That's
screen.
because one of them is Meredith.
That's the thing. If I sign in first, I
just
can't
changed
change
her
it till
name.
somebody else signs in, which is I can't figure out how.
That's so
I
strange.
I like your hair today, Ashley.
Oh my God, thank you. I'm trying to deal with the curls.
I love the curls. You shouldn't deal with them. You should just enhance them in whatever fucking way they end up.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yesterday
I
it was
them.
pretty big, but
yes,
it feels like a cushion.
When you sleep, you're like, oh, 2 pillows.
Yeah, no, seriously. I'm like,
or you're
oh
like,
my
I don't even
God.
need a pillow. You're on the airplane. Haha, suckers.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my- I've just been blessed with a pillow to go. Like it's
A pillow to go.
That works because I love napping. So
Sarah, you're back.
If I cut out, then
For
just go
now.
on without me. I asked Mamadou to give me something on my phone so I can hotspot it, but I guess I used it all trying to upload something for one of the episodes that are coming out. Anyway, so when the internet went out, I just left.
Kim, did you
How are
start
you guys?
drugs?
I got some drugs and I'm going to
Yeah.
start them on the 1st of the month. That's my
Nice.
plan. Because that's what they prescribe it, right? Like just do it from your progesterone anyways, from the 1st to the 12th is what mine is. They're like, do it for these 12 days and then don't do it. But like they're going calendar month, not cyclical.
Really? That's weird.
Mm-hmm. My pharmacist also was like, it doesn't really matter. It's just easier this way. And I was like, if it's not going to fuck up my body.
They're basically insulting women, being like, you guys can't keep track of it. And you're like, do you realize I keep track of this for like my whole life? I've kept track of it. So it's probably fine. Right?
I'm not a tracker. I'm like, my period's coming, I bet.
I
It's just the odds increase as the time passes. I'm like, I'm certain it'll be here soon.
I track it, but mine's all over the place, so there's no point.
Well, that's
Like,
the
it's
thing is
like-
that like I think mine might be getting slightly closer together, but again,
Mine's been close together for ages. Like
Yeah.
years. Super
But I-
light,
have
like
any
almost
of you
gone.
experienced polycystic ovarian syndrome?
Oh, not me, but I've
No,
read about
so
it.
You have it?
Yeah, so I have it and I didn't find out I had it. And so I was really big on like tracking my periods too. And then I went this really long period. It was like 6 months or something. I didn't have my period. I was like, oh, that's really strange. But I was taking pregnancy tests. I was like, oh my God, am I pregnant? I wasn't. And then I got my period for 2 months straight.
Ugh.
And like I'm not talking just even like spotting here and there. Like I had to change. I was wearing a tampon and a pad and I was changing every hour.
I hate
Like
heavy periods.
It
Like
was so bad. So it was for 2 months. And instead of fucking diagnosing me with PCOS, they thought I had leukemia and I had to go see an oncologist. I was getting blood work done every day. So it's just like shows that doctors are so fucking dumb.
Like, let's
when
look
it
at the
comes-
most likely thing first and investigate that.
Yes,
Oh
and
my
I went
God.
to the oncologist. I didn't even know that this is what they were like testing for. They didn't even tell me. So I go to my oncologist appointment and they're like, "So elephant in the room, you don't have leukemia." I was like, "I didn't know that's why I was here."
You're like, there
I
was
didn't even know there was an elephant.
Yeah, totally.
No, seriously, I was like,
It must be
"Excuse me?"
spacious. Yeah.
So anyways, fuck doctors. I don't trust them.
I don't trust them either. I don't trust
They
a lot
just
of
don't know
people.
what the fuck they're doing. Like when it comes to women's bodies, they really don't. There's just not enough research done.
Well,
Yeah,
some
in my
doctors are
opinion.
better than
Yeah,
others.
like that's what the
better.
problem
Oh,
is
yes.
some doctors are
Yeah.
bad, and then it makes
Yeah.
good doctors harder to trust.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah,
it's like
true.
police, right? Like not every
Yeah.
police officer is bad, but there's so many bad ones that it's like, how do you trust the good ones?
Yeah, like because you can't tell the difference.
Yeah, totally.
The higher the level of like absolute confidence someone has, the less I trust them. If someone's like, listen, we know some stuff we don't know. This is what we know and this is what we don't know. It's kind of we're not sure. And you're like, oh, I trust you. If they're like, no, this is how you do it, and that's the only way. You don't know what you're talking about. That's what I feel. If somebody's super confident, I'm just like, no way.
Yeah, no, I feel
I will
that
listen to
too.
anything you say.
Well, it's easier too in like Toronto, where there's I think a lot of those like doctors that do know things congregate in the like places where they get paid more, right? So unfortunately, smaller places like where Mare lives, and I don't know about you guys, but that you don't get that opportunity to talk to people that know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
I think like BC in general,
second
maybe,
opinions.
except for Vancouver.
Could be a BC thing.
It's BC.
It's really
Well,
West Coasty
It's
here.
Canada.
Oh yeah, it's true.
It's like we have surfer
different
doctors.
vibe. It's a different
yeah.
vibe.
It's a total different vibe.
You'd be like, book somebody, and be
It's
like,
so
oh, it was really nice
true.
weather.
It's
It was nice weather, so I went snowboarding, whatever,
Mhm.
kayaking, name a sport. Be like, I'm just
Really?
close for today. Maybe not doctors, but like anything. You just
my
like, you might just be
God.
like,
All employees
all employees.
of
It's
any
hard-
job
like,
ever.
I'm like that too.
That's why if you show
Yeah.
up, they're like, "You're the manager."
That's why
It's because you showed up.
It's true.
It is true.
It's true.
my
It's like when we lived on the coast, you couldn't get anybody to drywall anything. They're like, oh man, these people just don't show up. You can't get
Yeah.
anything finished. When Matt was first out there, he'd show up. They'd be like, you're the best employee we've ever had. He's like,
Totally.
yeah, but
Employee
like,
of the
the
month."
work hours are like, show up in the morning and work till the afternoon. He's like, you're the only one who shows up every day.
It's true.
It's a
like, well,
better
I got bills to
work-life
pay.
balance for sure than Toronto,
I
where
don't know.
everybody's like, you have to work 14 hours a day and on your own time, you've got to be answering emails. And so
8 days
Yeah.
a week.
There's a toss
Yeah.
up though. There's a toss up. There's some
Yeah,
dodgy
I
things.
know.
All houses are dodgy.
Yeah,
Like,
all
why do
houses
they
are
do
crooked.
Poorly
All
built.
houses are crooked.
Okay, I shouldn't say all. There are some people with good work ethic, and those people do great.
And they came from Ontario.
And they came from
And they're, and they're,
Ontario.
and they're now the managers here.
Yeah, buddy, that's right.
I met this mom that had moved to here from Ontario, and she was talking about her job. She's like, it just seems like, I don't know. I'm like, you feel like you should be doing more, and you're wondering if you're doing your job because like you're getting it done quickly. I'm like, yeah, no, you're just from Ontario. So, like, it's just a different speed, so it's okay. They actually think you're doing great when they say that. They're like, wow, look how much work this lady can do because she came from Toronto, where it's like super competitive. Like, you don't do the work, we'll just get someone else. There's a line out the door.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Well, I kind of wish I had your right now than
You
mine.
can come
so.
to Prince George.
You can come to
Yeah.
anywhere in BC if you wanted.
That's true. I
Totally.
could. Maybe one day.
I thought you were going to say maybe Wednesday. And I was like,
Maybe
wow,
Wednesday.
good.
That
You're
would
so
be nice.
decisive.
Okay. That's
Love that,
Ontario
but-
decisiveness
Prepared,
right
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Maybe Wednesday. I can do it.
I
I'll
can
be
do it.
there.
That's what my
I'll just
schedule
fly
says.
there, spend a day, come back.
Fly there.
Yeah.
You'd spend half your day on the plane
Yeah.
to and from.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just switching planes. That's for me.
Commute. Yeah, right. To get
The commute.
yeah. Just
The
commute.
commute across the country. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, no.
It is interesting, Kim, because like I gotta figure out my doctor doesn't know how to do the cyclical thing, but I thought mine was said start it in the last part, but that doesn't make sense for anyway. I'm thinking
Yeah,
about
because
stuff.
he was like, yeah, do this on the first 12 days of the month. And I was like, calendar month or like menstrual month? Because you know how the menstrual
Usually.
month, I think, starts on the first day of your period.
It does.
Yeah. So I was like, what measurement are we talking about here?
Yeah.
He just said calendar. I went to my pharmacist expecting potentially some conflicting info because I was like, is that best practice? You know what I mean? Like, should I start it up? And she was like, no, really, it's fine. Your body will like adjust, which I know it will, but also I'm like low key concerned. How difficult will the adjustment be? Like, am I going to be all like raging until finally my body's like, oh, never mind.
Never mind, I'm all good.
I'll get fired first. Like,
Oh god.
you were so
I mean,
good.
the progesterone part is
You were
just to
from
like
Ontario.
protect you from uterine cancer.
Yeah.
Or endometrial cancer.
Yeah.
So
Does it increase your risk of a blood clot?
I'm due transdermal, like I do a
Me
patch,
too. That's what
so
I'm
it
doing.
doesn't.
Okay, that's what I thought. So my pharmacist doesn't even know because she
Yeah,
gave me that
but-
warning, and I was like, I'm pretty sure there was no risks with this except for a reaction to the.
This is part of the
sticky tape.
problem with I think sometimes they can group all, like they'll group progestins and progesterone all together, for example. Like we had a side effect on this one product we're going to put on the warnings on all of them. But transdermal, like so the gels and the patches don't increase your chance of blood clots. And it has to do with like how it's brought into your body. So if you take it by mouth, it goes through your liver first before it gets to your blood, which is why it increases your chance of blood clots, that whole process. But if it's just going directly into your blood, then it does not.
Which it is with the transdermal.
Oh, neat.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Okay, so
It's so hot here today. Like, look how red I am. Literally
It's
dying.
warm here. Well, not hot, but warm, like humid.
Do you see it? And I have that
Oh,
filter
wow.
on right now. It is
the
so
red
hot in
skin
this room.
filter.
Yeah,
the
it
red
doesn't
skin
matter.
filter. I know all about
Like,
that.
Literally
My
sweaty
rosy
from head to
complexion.
toes.
I think they said head to toes. I always say from head to toe, but head to toes is way more accurate.
Isn't it?
I gotta start saying that.
Everyone just says head to toe, but you're right.
Yeah.
We need to modify.
What about
here,
the rest of the toes?
right?
Well, I
And
think
which
it's
is-
just the
which
big
is the
toe,
favored toe,
which is the far. Well, it depends on which toe is your longest, because that's the toe I think they're talking about.
Number two.
For you. Let me see. Actually, almost number two. Two and big T are in a tie.
Yeah, me too.
Hey,
Mine
Big
are
T,
very-
how you doing?
Now mine's like longer by like this much. Like
Mhm.
I have very long toes.
Same. To the point that I am like flabbergasted when I meet people that don't have an excessively like longer second toe. I was like, so this is an option.
But how do you pick up laundry off the ground?
like? How do you live?
That is my move. That's
How
how
do you
pick
pass
laundry
the
up.
remote control without getting off the couch?
How do you parent? God. No, I'm just kidding.
I just was saying under my breath, oh my God, I'm so hot.
What's the temperature like there? Is it wild?
I don't know, boiling a
million?
person hot.
You know, that temperature.
Surface of the sun.
Your whole body with a sheen of sweat, that hot.
Oh, jeez.
Puddles under your breast and no bras.
Oh, the Mountain
Oh,
Dew, we
hot.
call it.
The Mountain Dew.
Love it.
Yeah, that's how hot.
Is there a lot of
Thankfully, my face isn't sweat
Is there
because of my
humidity
surgery.
in like a dry heat?
Right now, there's humidity because it's the rainy season. So it's super humid and super hot. Normally, it's just hot and it's fine. But the super hot and humid is
Yeah, that's a killer, right?
just suffocating.
Okay, how are you doing there, Kara? Are you good?
I don't know what it is about technical hiccups. I think we were talking about this last time that just starts my stress response instantaneously. Oh my God.
Kara's now as hot as Sarah, but in air conditioning.
Right.
It's actually nice
That's here
fall day here.
Oh,
Like it's sunny,
nice.
but it's like
That's
crisp.
awesome.
Yeah, like it would be a good day to go on a
I love
hike.
that.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
sounds nice.
High of 10, low of
Kind of-
-1.
Kind of. Is that actually your weather?
Yeah.
That's
Put
nice.
deodorant on. Smelly. Well, TMI, but I am.
Oh, that's the thing about
Yeah.
the hormones is
Like, woo.
that my sweat did used to smell for the longest time, and now it's starting to smell again. So I'll wear this. And also,
I like that.
my
Oh, I wanted
breasts
to
were almost
change.
nothing, and now they've come back. Now I have bigger boobs than I did before the hormones. Like not bigger than you before, but like my breasts were almost nothing. They were just gone. Now look at how big they are. I know it's not that big, but
Wow.
they're pretty big compared. So I was like, great. I finally bought, I was like, I want to buy one of those Lululemon running bras, which is expensive and not necessary. Dan's like, you're just going to wear it every day for working out anyway. Just buy it. So I bought it and I had nothing. And now I have breasts. I'm like, well, now I do. I should have got the
Great.
size. So
Meredith,
yeah,
will you share with me what your dose of estrogen dial is?
I'm on the Estrogen.100.
100? Do you know
Yeah.
if it goes up by 25s?
There's 25, 37 and a half, 50, 75, and 100.
Oh, I didn't know there was 37 and a half.
Yeah.
So I started at 2 and I
Yeah.
started on the 25 and
Yeah.
then I was like, let's see what it's like to have some more. Just to, like
Yeah.
see. And now I'm on the 50.
I'm seeing a doctor, like a private doctor. No, you pay, whatever. She's like, you have symptoms of low estrogen. It seems like it's not working. She's like, the patch might not be for you. She's like, you might have to do a different type because it worked at first and now it's not so much.
Interesting.
Like I
'Cause
shouldn't
I've-
have the can't wear underwear or sit down vaginal pain with the amount of estrogen I'm on. So now I'm on like a vaginal estrogen and the patch and it's still not enough.
You have
So-
can't wear underwear, sit down vaginal pain?
Yeah. So if I take the vaginal estrogen every day, which you're not really supposed to have to take every day, it's fine. But when I went to the maintenance dose, which was twice a week, I like can hardly walk. Walking is painful. Wearing underwear is painful. Sitting is painful. It's just like, what do I do?
Where's
So
your
anyway,
pain?
It's on the outside and inside. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, don't move. And it's probably 5.
What does it feel like?
Like itchy, or is it like
Burning.
shooting pain?
It's not like a yeast infection where it's kind of like, it doesn't itch.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But is it like that skin, like surface? When I say skin, like that surface
Yeah.
kind of, you know what I think I know what you mean.
I think it's like dry to the point
Like a sunburn.
of pain. Yeah.
Like a really bad sunburn. Like anytime you move, you're like, oh, ew, like that feeling.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
sucks,
very
man.
tender.
I didn't even know that was an option.
Right. And I was just like, so that's why I'm paying to somebody. I'm like, I need like vaginal estrogen without explaining to my doctor why that's a thing. She did a bunch of tests I have to go see her for. Like we did a full like urine test where they do
Analysis.
4 different times of day. So you see where like all the hormone levels are, like
Yeah.
cortisol and all the metabolites. And then she did blood tests too. So anyway, we'll see what happens.
Ashley, I
Crazy.
just want to say I really love your hair today. It's
Oh,
so
thank you.
fun.
I would like
Thank
to
you.
second that.
Oh my gosh. Thank you guys. I just wet it. So it's
Amazing.
but thank
Good.
you. Much appreciated. It's one of the days where I feel like it's working with me and usually it's against me. So
Yeah.
That's nice.
yeah.
Take those wins.
Word. Yeah.
Hello, hello.
I'll be right back.
Oh my gosh. So you do not look 50.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. You're
Happy
making us excited
birthday.
about turning 50 because if we're just going to look more beautiful
Oh my gosh.
and
you're
just like
drunk.
honestly.
Well, it's nice of you to say, but you know, my back pain tells me otherwise. But yeah.
Right?
I know, it was
when
a
I
bit
get out of the
harder,
bed
I
the
gotta
wrong
tell you.
way. I'm like,
Yeah.
right, I'm 50.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a bit harder. I don't really care about birthdays because I really do believe it's how you feel and blah, blah, blah. And everyone's got age. What are you going to do? But this one was like 50. It sounds like on the other side of life, you know, like it's getting, what are you going to do? So a bunch of friends down to the Dominican. So that was kind of a nice way to
Oh, see, that's
glide into the
nice.
50s.
Dude.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it was good. We went to the catamaran and drank pina coladas, and it was nice.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
nice. I
Yeah.
honestly, I had no idea. Honestly, you don't look. I was
Right?
thinking about 50. Yes.
Mhm.
Like she
You look
doesn't.
amazing.
Mm.
Like I definitely look older than you. You know that my daughter's friend asked her if I'm her grandmother
Amazing.
last week. Not
Yeah.
joking. Last week.
And that
Last
didn't
weekend.
bug
Is that your
Matee
grandmother?
at all.
And I was like, and she's like, you look so old. Why do you get the kids so late? And I was like, thanks.
I hope that kid didn't get dessert.
No. I'm sorry that I worked on some of my own healing so that I'd be a better parent first.
Yeah.
So sorry, little one.
I know, it's crazy.
And then my husband is 13 years older than me. So she was saying to him,
Oh,
you
God.
can't come to my school unless you shave because he has some gray in his beard.
Oh my God.
Unless you
Kids are
shave.
hilarious. That was something,
Oh,
right?
you're
Yeah.
little Matee.
Grandparent.
That's
parents.
so funny. That's so funny, isn't it? Yeah. One of Reese's friends, when I picked him up from camp one time, said the same thing. Oh, is this your grandma? I'm like, you little shit.
Really? Sure.
No.
I know, right? I hope we get broccoli tonight for dinner.
Broccoli and Brussels sprout.
I know, right?
I know.
Yeah.
Well, it
My
is
mom's
hard.
West Indian. She's like doesn't age. So I think I thankfully, because when I was 20, people thought I was like, oh, you're 8 years old. So to get older. So,
Wow. Yeah.
But I did read Lessons in Chemistry on the beach. That was really nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's so
Nice
great.
way to read it. Yeah. My was like, you're never gonna get that finished by this. I'm like, now I have a mission.
Like, I accept this challenge.
Yeah. Also, like it's a good. Are we gonna start? Because
Yeah. We got.
Oh no, but we're not doing Lessons in Chemistry
No,
right now. I was
the
just
other
gonna
day.
say, like, it's easy to read that book. You want to
Yeah.
go back to it.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's interesting, right?
Look forward
Yeah.
to reading it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't read it yet, Kara? You'll love
No.
it.
You'll
love
it.
it.
Guys, like
You'll devour
I
it.
was getting excited and almost frustrated when I would do the hiccups on the Giants words in BFG. And I was like, but I've read so many good reviews on the lessons in chemistry, and I'm struggling with a children's book to pronounce Schlofferschwammen.
Everybody schlopper-schlommened on that book.
Yeah.
Was it a good book?
We're not talking about it, Virginia.
Okay.
We're not talking.
No, it's fine. It's just that the giant
Fine.
talks in a very funny, unique way, and it's a lot of made up words. So it was like mentally laborious to try to. Both Sarah and I read it aloud to our kids,
Oh, cute.
and so
No,
it was
mistake.
like
I'm
I think
having a
for me-
Fox Waterly time. And they're like, what does that mean? I'm like, it means nothing.
We're moving on.
Nothing. I started replacing the words. He's having a lovely time. And
Good idea.
Like,
Yeah.
it just felt like overkill. Like it's okay, cool. Yeah, he says things funny,
Mhm.
but he like literally said like everything funny.
Right. Gotcha.
That's so it.
Neat idea though. I love when it's like something a little bit different.
It
I
was
just loved
unique.
it.
It's
Yeah.
like it's what makes him endearing for
Yeah.
sure.
But it's also the thing that I didn't realize until we talked about it out loud is how important cadence and rhythm and flow is for a reader in order to be immersed into the world that the author has created. I had no idea that it was so important, but for all three of us, those little bits of having to like use the brain and be like, what does that? How do you pronounce that? What does that mean? You can't get into it.
Right. Good point.
It's almost like using different parts of your brain or something.
right.
Well, it was also funny too, because just as we were saying that, I like the character. I don't necessarily want to play the character. Like it, right? Like, so same thing with
Oh,
like Romeo
right,
and
yeah.
Juliet, right? Like I might love that story, but do I want to like, doth thou window light? Like, no, I don't. I want someone
Right.
else to tell it to me, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. So don't like narrate it to your kids is what you're saying.
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so let's
All right.
do Audacity and get to this game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
good one.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Book Interrupted. If you'd like to see the video highlights from this episode, please go to our YouTube channel, Book Interrupted. You can also find our videos on www.bookinterrupted.com.
Are you interested in joining the conversation and having your comment played on the podcast? Simply find a quiet place and record a voice memo. Then send it to connect@bookinterrupted.com. Or you could do it the old-fashioned way and leave us a voicemail at 416-900-8603. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
Book interrupted. Never forget, every child matters.